What's up everyone? Like the title states, we're doing a complete MyFitnessPal review. MyFitnessPal is the most popular calorie counter in the App Store, and it is a household name in the fitness community. The app mainly helps people gain and lose weight, because to do both of those things well, you have to have a good handle on your calories. I have about 1.5 years experience with MyFitnessPal, both using it to lose weight personally and teaching my clients how to use it themselves. We care about weight loss, and we need a good calorie counting app to help us out. So does MyFitnessPal get the job done? Let's get into it. The app is listed as a diet planner and calorie counter, so let's see how MyFitnessPal helps us do those things. For each function, I'll start with a quick tutorial on how to use the app, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. Capiche? Alright, let's start with diet planning. To get started, you'll go through either a quick account creation process, or you can go to the More tab if you already have an account. Here in the More tab, you can adjust your calorie nutrition goals by hitting the goal button. MyFitnessPal automatically gives you calorie nutrition goals based on your height, weight, activity level, and how much weight you want to lose. You can change this profile information at any time. Just be aware it'll reset any existing calorie and nutrition goals. Once your profile is accurate, you can go ahead and adjust the calorie and nutrition targets. Calories can be adjusted to any calorie target you want. For macros like protein, fat, and carbs, you have to select a percentage and make sure they all add up to 100%. Once you're done with that, you can go back and then hit additional nutrient goals. This lets you set your own nutrition targets, and it's either going to be in grams or percentages depending on which nutrient it is. Once you're done with that, go back and then hit the blue button at the bottom of the screen. Hit the weight button so we can enter weigh-ins and progress pictures. Here you can add a weigh-in for any weight, any date, and if you hit the camera button, it'll let you take a picture of your current physique. You can go ahead and either add a picture or take one, and then hit OK. Once you're done with all of that, hit the check mark and it'll save the data point. Once you've added the weight data, you can go to the Progress tab to see all the past points. Up top you have a line graph, which uses each of your entered weights as a data point. This is cool because it lets you see how your weight's changed over time. If you scroll down, you can see all the weight entries you've done over time, including any progress pictures, and you can click into these, you can change the weight, date, make any changes, and it's all just stored here, which is really cool. If you click the button next to entries, this lets you compare past and present progress pictures, which is really cool because it makes seeing changes in your body really easy. That's the meat and potatoes for diet planning on MyFitnessPal, so here are my thoughts. Overall, I'd say MyFitnessPal is a 4 out of 5 diet planner, based on how easy it is to manage targets and add data. For pros, the app is really good for people who have health and fitness experience. If you've used calorie counters before, or you've been in the health and fitness space for a while, the app is very intuitively designed. You can click around, find what you need, and navigate without any issue. Everything's really quick, very easy, and very simple. The app is also really flexible. Setting targets, getting started, and making adjustments is super easy and super fast. If you're someone who's really tinkering with your diet and nutrition often, this app is great because it allows you to make those changes and adjust without causing major headaches. The third pro is that the core planning functions are all free. The calories, macros, nutrient, weights, and pictures, those functions are all completely free, which is awesome. A lot of apps will put core functionalities behind paywalls to get you to pay for a premium service, so the ability to get up and running just with the free stuff makes this app extremely valuable. Thank you, MyFitnessPal. Con number 1 is that it's not great for beginners. If you've never used a calorie counter before, or you're brand new to the health and fitness space, you're not going to find this design very intuitive, it's not going to be quite obvious where to look, and you might just have more questions than answers. Con number 2 is the bland design. Every page in the app looks the same. It's text and numbers on a white background with blue every now and then. So while the planning stuff you need is there, you're going to waste some precious seconds at the beginning until you memorize where each of the functions are. The third con is that there's a lot of clutter from low value features. While on the bright side, everything that you need is free, there is a bunch of stuff that's kinda useless and it just serves to take up space. For instance, I don't know anyone who uses the social elements of MyFitnessPal. It's kind of a personal thing, and I really wouldn't want to be just broadcasting all my daily changes to the rest of the world. Then there's also the blog, which posts recipes and exercises, which again, since I'm an advanced health and fitness user, I don't really find that stuff useful because I have my own separate sources already from who I trust for nutrition, whom I trust for workouts, and I don't really get much out of all these simple recipes and exercises that Under Armour is pushing towards me. Alright, onto the calorie counter. Again, the key tabs for calorie counting are the blue button, the diary tab, and the more tab. The blue button lets you add any calories from food or exercise. To add food, click on the blue button and hit food. First, it's going to ask you to pick a meal. This doesn't really matter that much, only how the food is stored. You can track your foods in two ways. The first is to use the search function. Type in the food you ate, click on the right entry, adjust the serving size, and then you can add it. The second way to add food is to scan the barcode if there is one, adjust the serving, and then add it. Either way works just as well. All the food will get stored in your daily diary. To add exercise, hit the blue button and pick exercise. For this, you can add cardio, strength, or a personal workout routine. For cardio, search for the exercise you did, adjust the amount of minutes you did it for, and then you can add it straight to your calories. The strength option is mainly a notes function, because none of the exercises have calories attached, it doesn't affect your overall count. So we're gonna skip it here. For exercise routine, you can search through a library of exercises and build your own workouts. I'm gonna build my own called Plank Day. I'll go look for an exercise, select front planks, and I'm gonna do 4 sets of 1 minute. So I'll do a 1 minute set, and then add 4 of those. There's a calorie estimate attached, and then I'll hit add to my log. Now this plank day workout is saved and I can add it in the future if I ever do this again. And for today, it'll be logged against my calories. Once you're done, you'll get taken to the diary tab, and this is where all your food and exercise data gets stored. Up top, there's a helpful little dashboard that shows your calorie target, how many calories you've eaten, how many calories you've burned, and how many calories you have left for the day. You can also see this on the Home tab, which is nice because it's the first thing you'll see when you open the app. The rest of the diary is an organized list of the food you've eaten that day. From here you can add food, you can delete food by swiping left, and you can toggle past and future diaries, which is a super helpful function. Not all apps let you do this, and this lets you be very proactive or very reactive if you track something badly. If you want to see more detailed macros and not just calories, go back to the More tab and hit Nutrition. This section gives you 3 different looks at your nutrition, and you can look at this with a daily view or a weekly view. The calories daily view lets you see a breakdown of how much of your food came from each meal. For example, yesterday I had a really big lunch, no snacks, and stayed right below the calorie target. The weekly view shows my total calories over the last 7 days. As you can see, on Tuesday and Wednesday I went over my calorie target, but I was good on the rest of the days, which is nice. I think this is a really useful view when you want to see how you're doing. Then there's the Nutrients tab, which lets you see your nutrients eaten versus your nutrients target. For example, yesterday I got close to protein, went way under on carbs, way over on fat, and I didn't do so great hitting the nutrients. The weekly view shows your 7-day nutrient average versus the nutrient target. The weekly view is nice because it kind of puts everything into perspective. Even though I had a bad day yesterday, my good work the rest of the week is reflected in the average. And then there's the macros section, which gives you the percentage of each macro in your diet. For example, yesterday it shows about half my diet was fat, and I didn't really do a good job hitting my intended macro targets. The weekly view shows this over the last 7 days, and as you can see here too, I did a much better job over the last week than I did over the last day. Again, I think this is very helpful for putting things into perspective. Those are the essentials for calorie and macro tracking, so let's get into the review. Overall, I'd say MyFitnessPal is a 4.5 out of 5 calorie counter for its simple and flexible user experience. Again, the first pro is that this is really good for people with health and fitness experience. Everything you need is right there on the free version, and you can get started right away. There's no guidance / noise that's being shoved into your face. It's just the functions you need right at your fingertips. There's also great food flexibility. For starters, there is a massive food library. A non-starter for calorie counters is not having a big database of food, because we all eat different things. And adding stuff from scratch is super annoying, and finding good data for it takes a lot of time. On top of that though, If you do need to add something custom, you can create your own entries, but more helpful, you can create your own meals. So when you make homemade salads or homemade dishes, you can just create a giant meal, and then as you eat it over time, you can just add a serving of it into your diary. The third pro is convenient management. When you're doing stuff like meal prep and you already have your food made for the week, it's nice to just be able to add everything into the MyFitnessPal at one time. That way, when you're busy during the work week, you don't have to go and add something that you've already made for yourself. The combination of the diary and graphs makes for a very easy calorie management experience. Again, the first con is that this isn't designed for beginners. This calorie counter is what it is, and it's just there. If you know what you're looking for and how to use it, it is a seamless experience. If you just woke up one day wanting to count calories and are new to the health and fitness space, there are better apps to hold your hand through this process. Don't try to buy premium features to try to make this app more beginner friendly when there are plenty of apps out there that are much better catered to novices. The second con is the crowdsourced food library. Generally, for more simple or brand name things like carrots or McDonald's, the app is going to have very complete and accurate information. For more complex or local foods, the entries might be incomplete, they might be wrong, or they might not be there at all. That's just the downside of dealing with crowds. You get the popular stuff, and the less popular stuff tends to get neglected. Another inconvenience with a food library is that you have to add based on the serving size in the entry. For instance, peanuts. If I ate 56 grams, I would have to mark 2 servings of 28 grams. That's not a problem there, but if I ate 49 grams, I have to then figure out how many servings of 28 grams go into 49 grams. This doesn't seem that bad, but there are other apps that let you just directly pick your units and pick the measurement and just type it in. MyFitnessPal doesn't let you do that, so if you're not great with mental math, you're gonna find that aspect of it annoying. On to the final score. Overall, I'm really happy with the app and would recommend it to people who have spent time in the health and fitness world. Do I think it's a 4.7 out of 5 like everyone else though? Honestly, it's the right ballpark. I will knock it for the bland layout and the cluttering of useless features, but at the end of the day, it does everything I need it to do, and that's what matters most. So if you want a calorie counter that's flexible and gets the job done, MyFitnessPal is the right one for you. Alright friends, that's a MyFitnessPal review. If this was helpful, hit me with a smiley face in the comments, like the video, and if it wasn't, let me know how I can help out and I'll do the best I can. Stay clean and see y'all next time.